Alright, let's go in now and get the hip structure. And so I'm going to turn floor off, and I'm going to use that insert sphere brush. Make sure there are no subdivision levels, and so I like to use the lowest, delete higher. Cool. Okay, and this pelvis. What's going on with this pelvis? What's going to be the general shape of it? Well, let me put this in a slight 3/4 view and do a quick drawing. So let's say this is the rib cage as a cube, but of course we've kind of cut into that a little bit. And now what we're going to do is extend that. So we're going to take these edges, these borders of that pelvis, and add to them, because it's basically going to start a little bit in where that rib cage is. Okay, and it's going to go roughly the same distance. So whatever this distance is from A to B, we're going to get that same distance, okay, in foreshortening. So let's pull that out down to here. Okay, that should be A to B, and this should be A to B as well. The exact same measurement. Alright, and then we're going to drop this down so that it's just a little bit of a shelf, not much. Don't need much, okay? And that's what we're talking about. Now there's a little bit of little doohickey that comes down in there. Okay, but it's not terribly significant. And then of course we're going to have the spine and the tail coming in and doing a little bit of something, a little bit of some goodness. There you go. The pelvis is going to serve as a center point for the leg, which is going to be at the halfway point. So let's just say 1/2, 1/2. Alright, and it's going to creep out around the rib. And then it's going to come back down. We're going to get our feet coming down and on from there. Okay, and then of course we're going to get the scapula moving back over the spine, over the rib, and the scapula is going to move way back, almost touching the hip. Okay, because these guys are quite fused back there. And it's going all the way up into the front. Same deal here. And then you're going to get the arms and all of that happening, and the neck is going to creep out into that, and then you're going to have the skull and everything else that you need. But I took 3 minutes to tell you one really important thing. Pelvis equals rib. Okay, that's the really important thing that I needed to communicate. So that means from a side view, we do not need the image plane. What we need is just simple measurements, which I do with a Wacom or a pencil on the screen. Halfway. Make sure they're overlapping each other. And very thin. Okay. Let's get that lobe out there and lift it up. Down pull this in. Okay. Check your measurements. Are we doing okay? We're okay. Okay, but this can definitely come down a bit. And we can definitely arch this a little more. Doesn't have to be so hardcore. Cool. Double check. Let's check our reference. Okay. We're not doing too bad. We just have orientation off, which is fine. I'll actually go with the image. So move, control, click and drag, switch to rotate, turn it back on, and rotate. Move and position. And really fuse that in there. Invert it, drop the rib down. Cool. Okay, we've got the pelvis in there. Took us another 6-7 minutes. Alright, and now we're going to be ready to go in, start adding a little bit more quickly.